Hello everyone, my name is Kita, and today we're going to be playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. I think this is going to be our last part. I don't know. I hope you guys are excited. I wish I was, but I'm more nervous. But I want to show you guys the title screen. So, I don't know if you guys can see, but Sim is all the way in the back here, and here's Tang. Because we've maxed out both of their relationships, they're on the title screen. I think that's such a nice touch. Oh, right, I have all these conversations to do. What's up, Cal? You're looking around for Cal when you overhear him just around the other side of the geoponics dome. For the last time, leave me alone. Doesn't sound good. You get closer and find Cal facing down Rhett and Vase. They've cornered him, their body language calm and relaxed, while Cal's so angry he's almost shaking. Cal, please listen to us, Rhett says, spreading his hands. We're not here to conscript you. I can't force you to join the army. All I'm saying is that I need good, loyal, strong young men like you out there on the front lines. Rhett smiles. You're a good boy, Cal. I admire your passion for peace and your dedication to fighting for it. That's why I'm here, asking you to help me protect the colony. Protect the colony? Cal spits. That's such a lie. You're not protecting anything. You're just slaughtering defenseless animals in their homes. It's disgusting. Hey, Vase retorts, taking a step forward with his fist. Show some respect. Not to you, Vase. Cal squares up like he's ready to take the hit. For who? He asks, voice sharp. Psychopaths like you? Vase is a bit of a psychopath. Vase roars and looks like he's about to take a swing, but Rhett holds him back with one raised hand. Vase slinks back to Rhett's side, glowering at Cal. Well, at least he respects Rhett, I guess. I like Rhett. I can tell you need a bit more time, Rhett says. I just wanted you to know that my door is always open if... Get lost, Cal says, cutting Rhett off. Rhett looks surprised. I'm not interested. I never will be. Vase looks like he's about to lip off again. But Rhett speaks before he can. All I ask is that you keep it in the back of your mind, Cal. When you come around, I'll be happy to talk about your options. With that, they leave. Vase gives you a scathing look as they pass. I don't know why I didn't say anything that he heard. Cal sits down heavily on the sack of fertilizer he must have been carrying before Vase and Rhett cornered him. This isn't even the first time. Oh, he looks so distraught. I'm so sorry, Cal. He mutters, his face in his hands. They're really dead set on getting me to join the hunting parties. I told them I don't want to kill anything, and Rhett was like, it's okay, you can tell us how to kill them. He looks exasperated, like that's any better. I wish they would leave you alone. I think you've made yourself pretty clear. Me too, Cal sighs. They have a real messed up idea of what it means to serve the colony. Like, who do they think grows their food? Ghosts? Cal picks at a loose thread on the sack he's sitting on. Man, this whole war is light-speed stupid, he mutters. Lum and his people come crashing in here and think they run the place because they have bombs and guns and nobody stops to think. Like, maybe we're actually the invasive species here. We need to live in harmony with nature. I agree with that. I'm glad you agree, Cal says. I just feel like we just show up and plopped ourselves right in the middle of the food web. Cal continues, and we didn't even think for a second about the chaos that would cause an ecosystem. We owe it to this planet to do our best to try to understand. Cal looks outward towards the walls. Maybe the answer is out there, he says quietly. You go on an expedition a lot, right? More than I probably should have this play, yeah. Can you keep an eye out for, like, the answer to everything? If I find the answer to life out there, Cal, I'll let you know. Cal's shoulders slump in a sigh, and he pushes himself to his feet. Man, I wish I could still talk about this stuff with Anemone, he says, slinging the sack of fertilizer over his broad shoulders again. You can see why Rhett wanted to get him in the defense force so bad. I miss her, Cal admits. I miss that we used to be so close when we were kids. He shakes his head, but she's gone all human supremacist now, and I just can't stomach that, you know? No, believe me, Anemone's kind of there for me as well. I get you. I do. I get you. You're walking through the courtyard looking for Rex when something moves quickly out of the corner of your vision. Duck. You skillfully dodge the frisbee that had been heading straight for your head. The disc clatters harmlessly to the ground a few meters from you. Rex jogs over and picks up the frisbee. Hey, Lakita. Hayla? Hey, Lakita. Never heard that one before. He hails you. Sorry about that. I'm playing catch with Nougat, and, well, he elbows you in the side. Who's Nougat? Who's Nougat? Excuse me? He elbows you in the side, grinning. She's got a hell of an arm on her. Guess she used to be big into sports ball. Good thing I'm so high energy, right? Well, when I'm not working with the construction crew, I've been helping take care of the kids. Oh, maybe it's one of the kids from the Helio that we haven't met. Rex continues spinning the frisbee on his fingertip. Maybe if we hang out in the part of the ship where all the children are more, we'd meet her. Nougat says she misses the creche. The creche. If we hung out in the creche more, maybe we would have met her. You know, the heliopause doesn't have one. Instead of all playing together all the time, we stayed in our discrete family units when we were kids. I'm an only child, so I would have loved the creche. I would have loved your creche. Hey! You hear Nougat yelling. Throw the frisbee! She pouts as she runs up to Rex. Stop talking to your girlfriend! I'm actually not. He wishes I was. Oh, you're cute. Look at that. I love your face. I love the way you look. Girlfriend? Rex exclaims in mock affront. What I do with Kita is none of your business, Squirt. Rex grabs Nougat around her middle and zooms her like a spaceship. Nougat screams in delight, kicking and flailing until Rex sets her back down on her feet. It's your turn to run, Rex instructs. Go on, get. Nougat takes off, yelling at the top of her little lungs. Oh, he's good with kids, too. That's a lot of points. Man, kids, am I right? Rex says, standing with arms akimbo. What the heck does that mean? Like, someone look that up. They're great, though. I'm glad there's so many of them here. There's always someone to play with. How about you, Rex asks. Do you want some kids someday? Maybe one or two. Oh, that's great, Rex exclaims. I love that for you. I hope you find someone who wants that, too. How about you? Oh, yeah. Obviously, yes. Rex answers immediately. I want, like, 1 billion kids. Every kid in the colony can be my kid. Absolutely. I don't even have to be their dad, you know? Who cares about genetics or whatever? He looks over to Nougat, who's waving her arms, agitatedly waiting for Rex to throw the frisbee. Rex does, and boy, does it go far. Nougat takes off running again as it soars over her head. I just want there to be kids everywhere, Rex finishes his thought. Lots of kids around means that the community is healthy and everyone is at peace and people are optimistic about the future. It's what it felt like when we were children. It's been kind of down lately. Plus, kids are just so great, Rex adds. I love making silly faces at babies and crawling around on all fours with toddlers and wrestling with bigger kids and helping them with school and stuff. It's fun. You are one hell of a catch, Rex. Let me just say. Rex scratches the back of his head. On the Helio, we were kinda expected to stop playing so much when we started the education program, he says. Any playing we did was supposed to be like sports and endurance, real future soldier kind of shit. Sometimes I wish I could get a do-over on it, Rex says. Like, if I could go back before anyone cared about their big guns and their big... He makes a wanking motion. No, he doesn't. Kids don't care about that kind of stuff, he continues. They're just innocent, pure of heart, you know? They don't have all these... He gestures roundly to his own head's thoughts, I guess. Yeah, they don't make innuendos like you do. It's at this moment that the frisbee reasserts itself as an equal participant in the conversation. Rex's attention goes to it immediately, his ears perking up as he leaps up and catches it before it can menace you again. Haha. He laughs, his thoughtful mood broken. That was close. I'm gonna go back to playing with Nougat before she hurts someone. Nice talking to you, Kita. I don't know about you guys, but Rex earned some points in my book. I imagine him and Tammy are gonna get along really well. I don't know why, but I imagine Tammy as an adult also wants like a bajillion children. Okay, now the question of who do we try to convince? I don't know if I should go for my dad. I feel like my dad's gonna side with me whether or not I talk to him. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't feel like... No, oh shit. I'm so scared. Let's try Anne. She cares what happens to people, right? Anne is easy to track down. She's in the rebuilt creche, giving a bottle to one of the new babies. Despite everything, people are still having babies. It's incredible to think. I certainly wouldn't with war on the horizon. Oh, Kita, she says, giving you a gentle smile. Would you mind passing me that canteen? You hand Anne the canteen that had been just out of her reach, and she juggles the oh my god. She juggles the bottle to hold it and the baby in one hand while she takes a grateful drink. Never enough hands, she says. Someone should figure out how to give us telekinesis. Let's see science work on that, She laughs, which rocks the baby in her arms. What can I do for you, Kita? Well... Anne listens patiently as you explain the plan to force a vote at the next Virtunalia to dispose Lum. When you're done, she sets the bottle down and lifts the baby onto her shoulder to burp. That's quite the plan, she says, rubbing the baby's back. You've come a long way from when you were this little. I'm proud of you for sticking to your guns no matter what happens. So, can we count on you? Anne makes a thoughtful noise. Well, I'm not one for fighting any wars on nature. Honestly, I'm so busy with living quarters and the kitchens and the creche, I barely pop my head outside these days. But I do trust Lum to do what's best for us. He's a little empty in the noggin, but he surrounds himself with good people, and that's what matters to me. Did you guys not see what, fucking happened last Virtunalia? The baby lets out a wet-sounding burp, and Anne coos at it. Great job, good work, better out than in. Yeah, the baby totally gets that. Well, the baby probably understands the tone more than the wording. Well, Anne says, turning her attention back to you, what do the others think? If they're on board, I don't mind chipping in a vote to make it a majority. I have one vote. That was super easy. Of course, there's at least one dissenter, Anne says. Was it Seek? I bet you 10 kudos it was Seek. Gosh, they just hate Lum, you know? They probably want the job for themselves, she laughs gently. Well, I don't think any of us would vote for Seek if it came down to it. I'm sure you'll be fine telling them a little white lie if it comes to that, but don't tell them I said that. Keep at it, she says. You'll need at least 2/3 majority. Oh my god. We're totally not getting this. That's 4 council votes to make an attempt. I'll give you mine if you shake down 2 more votes. I don't have time. I don't have time. I think it's Virtunalia. That's so upsetting. But I just don't think I got the time. I can't believe that. It's Virtunalia. What if we had asked Dad? I need a 2/3 majority? Oh my god. There's no way. Ugh. I'm just wondering how differently I could have done this, because I don't think I could. I'm just thinking about it, right? He crushed that one counselor's hand. There's no way she's not gonna... She should be an automatic vote. I shouldn't even have to go talk to her. My dad should also be an automatic vote because he has put undertones the whole time that he does not care for Lum. Seek's gonna be a problem because he's selfish. But that should be 4. In theory. If Dad's an automatic, and I'm not saying he is, I'm just guessing because he's our dad. And the one lady whose hand he freaking broke, I really hope she's an automatic. I don't see in any universe where she wouldn't be. Because he literally broke her hand last year. Like, who wouldn't vote to get that? To get the guy that, you know, broke your hand off council. Let's see what happens. I'll reload, and you can ignore all of this and whatnot if this goes poorly. I'm gonna try every which way I can with this. I really want this to work out. Governor Lum enters the colony square to his customary bombastic fanfare. Brass band, red carpet, banners with the Heliopause logo snapping in the hot dust breeze. It's a bit much. The governor gets his usual tithe of applause from die-hard soldiers, but it's obvious how tired and fearful everyone has become in service to his war. You catch Mara's eye and she nods in solidarity. You've planned this for so long. No, we really haven't! I literally triggered this, like, A couple months ago! And now is your chance to strike while everyone is watching. If you can get the entire council to speak out against Lum today, maybe the rest of the colony is ready for a change. Anyone is better than Lum, even a teenager. This is not gonna work. The governor raised his hand for silence, though it's largely unnecessary. Pioneers of Vertumna, he begins. We stand here today not shivering and quaking in fear, but with our hands around the neck. He winks a ringing gesture of the planet herself. No, I'll join Mars on the stage. Screw you, dude. Before he can continue, Mars leaps from her seat and runs to the front of the stage. A ripple of fear goes through the crowd. You all remember what happened to Utopia last year. It doesn't have to be like this, she cries, speaking to the crowd. We don't have to listen to him. He's just a bully with a gun. Like the one we left behind on Earth, yeah. No, I'll join her. You put yourself between her and Lum's honor guard. She flashes you a giddy, grateful smile and turns back to the crowd. She points to the governor. This man has made you think that the only way to survive is through violence, she says. He's just a soldier, and not even a good one. No, I think he's a good soldier. He's just a stupid soldier. He's not a good tactician. Violence only makes small, weak men feel powerful. She turns to the council. He's not powerful. We are powerful. We broke free of Earth. We broke free of war and bigotry and inequality, and we can break free of him too. Please, she urges, stand with me, reject Lum, and bring in the new era, a colony led by someone born among the stars. Me, I can lead this colony. Why? Governor Mars. Okay, there it is. I'm sorry, I was having a hard time reading my options for a second. Yeah, I'll support her. I don't think... The buzz of the crowd is deafening, like a swarm of bugs all chirping together. Some of the council members are nodding, but it isn't unanimous. This is bullshit, Lum laughs. 2 children saying they can lead the colony. What's their first order of business? Taco Tuesday, soy sweet for dinner. He waves his hands dismissively. Have your stupid vote, he sneers. We'll see. We'll let the council decide. I don't think we're gonna win. Out of the corner of your eye, you can see his guards with their weapons lowered, just waiting. Some of them look as interested in the change in leadership as you are. If you have the council behind you, even Lum's supporters in the military could fall into line. You might just win. We're not gonna win, though, because I haven't asked everybody. I know this. I know this. I know this. I only have 2 votes. The council deliberates. You and Mars clasp hands and tensely wait their decision. Tensely await the decision. Yeah, unanimous. I knew that. It only takes a minute. Unfortunately, it looks like some council members are arguing against you, which is bad. Their decision must be unanimous. I'm wondering who it is. I really am, because I think she said there's 6 members, right? So we have Seek. He's gonna want to vote for himself regardless. There's our dad. There's Anne. There's Instance. There's the exhibition lady. Who's 6? Is that Lum? Because he's the governor? So if our dad and the exhibitionist lady agree, and we have Instance, and Anne will be a turn breaker, then we have 2. That's a majority win. But it has to be unanimous? Fuck. And Lum's obviously not gonna vote for us, so that's like... You try to remember why you decided to do this here live in front of everybody, because that's how you do it. Chief Administrator breaks away from the group, wringing his hands as they look up at Lum. The councilors decide against any change in leadership. I knew it. They say, their reedy voice gaining strength in the expectant silence. We apologize for the actions of these young patriots. Please forgive them and be merciful, Governor. Of course, he says, no hard feelings, children. What the was I supposed to do? I didn't have enough time. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go through all the people I could have possibly asked and see if that changes anything, but I really doubt it. I really think I just had to have enough time to go see everybody. Which is unfortunate. And I'm gonna be even more pissed if I just had enough kudos and I hadn't given away 100 right before that, we could have won. Yeah, no. It's one of those, we didn't have enough time of loading to do what I did previously, which was talk to Anne, but... Can we just not kill him? Can we just behead him on stage and die a martyr? Can we just do that? I would do it. He's not gonna consider, and then I'll give him the plan, but it's not gonna work. I'm so, can you guys tell how mad I am? I really want to kill him, though. As I was saying, you can trust me to lead this colony and humanity into a new era. He continues, an era of peace and prosperity where we no longer need to fear the creatures that come out in the night. He raised his fist to the sky. This planet is rich, he cries. It is the Earth we were promised, unscarred by the mistakes of our forefathers. Here we will become what humanity has always strived to become. Caretakers of a new garden, children of a new Earth. I hate him. I'm so mad. I told you guys I would be. I'm so mad. Is my face red? I'm so pissed. Chastened by the failed mutiny, Lum's speech ekes a bit more cheering from the crowd. Lum looks upon the colony square with pride. Pioneers were so close. Soon this planet will be ours and all her riches and wonders with it. You wanna know how I know I'm petty? I hope we all die. That's how I know I'm petty. If this community can see him and still not be able to see that he is the wrong choice of leadership, then we deserve death. But first, he continues, we need to adapt to the harsh realities of our current world. He gestures to the council. I know you all love your council, but it's time we thought about the future. We need to guard the colony leadership. He says this with some disdain. Against sudden upheavals, deaths, imprisonment, and the like. I've decided to instate a second position for each seat on the council. Of course. Yeah, and this council is now concerned and surprised? What? Oh my god! These people. They didn't see this coming. He literally warned us that he was going to do this. Last year. He hinted at it. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Most of this video is just gonna be me ranting. Lum explains that every council member will take an official second in command. Seconds will be trained in the running of the department and will be ready to take over the department should the worst happen during an attack. Which means all the counselors are going to suspiciously die, much like the last leader of the Helios. You know, how Lum took over the first time. The council looks concerned. You should be. Is this how Lum begins the cycle out of the colonial government with a veneer of legitimacy? Yes. You idiots. This is my petty voice. I don't know if you guys can pick up on that. This is me being petty as shit. This is I told you so voice. That's what it is. Applicants must have spent a minimum amount of time in that department and will be judged by the council based on their relevant skills, though Lum will likely argue hard for his Helio appointees. Ya think? You scribble your name on a ballot for, I'm not gonna get any of these. I'm gonna go for a surveyor. Utopia is little guarded as you enter your name for the consideration. Just so long as it's one of us and not one of Lum's lackeys, she says quietly. I can't trust one of them to have my back when I'm out in the wilderness. She shoots an acidic look at Rhett, who's looking chummy with the Helio soldiers. You win! Oh shit. You're second surveyor now. Utopia breathes a sigh of relief and gives you a hug. I'm happy it was you, sweets, she says. If something happens to me out there, I know the colony is gonna be in mighty fine hands. When the voting is concluded, Sika announces the names of those newly appointed seconds. The crowd cheers for you when Sika reads your name out as second surveyor. Mars nets second administrator, much to Lum's disappointment. Base is appointed second security officer under Rhett. He gives a little speech essentially congratulating himself and promising to single-handedly win this war. Tangent stands proudly in her rightful place as chief engineer. Rightful place at chief engineer's side as her second. Cal is chosen for second cultivator. That's an overwhelming amount of... That is an overwhelming amount of Stratos people. Thank God. Your dad must have put his name in. Oh, thank God. The steward of the heliopause joins Aunt Anne as her much-needed second steward. There's a lot of babies in the colony now, and someone has to help take care of them. After the politicking is over, the crowd adjourns to the feast table and eventually the dance floor. The sun sets on the long day, the heat breaks, and the party continues well into the night. You see Instance and Tang looking more relaxed than you've seen them in years. It must be a relief to be able to abort their research into Lum's virus. After the festivities, it's straight back to work as usual. Everyone complains, you usually get at least a few days off after Virtunalia, but Lum reminds the colony that it's only a few short months before the next attack. I hope we all die. Your dream begins to increase in intensity as the wormhole draws closer to the planet, filled with terrifying and confusing visions. A feeling of urgency dogs your steps like you're running out of time. Oh, that was sad. I guess the good news is, though, we have mostly Stratos kids, I guess, on the council. So, chances are, Lum's gonna get outvoted on more than one occasion. Ooh, thing. Still wish we could just kill him. Oh, we should kill him. Can we? Yeah, I want to do that during Glow. I hope that's an option. I gotta present a thing to him. This is gonna suck. We're gonna go give this to Lum so we can say we did it. No. Governor Lum is staring into space, but snaps out of it as you enter the room. What is it, colonist? Nope, I'm gonna tell him about the Overseer. Lum rolls his eyes. Kita, buddy, there is no sentient life on Vertumna. We're it. Whatever you've seen out there, it's not like us. We're the rightful rulers of this planet, he continues. I'm not going to let some old garbage computer program stand between us and our destiny. He clenches his fist. We'll find a way to destroy them. They're more dangerous than you think. Never doubt humanity's strength, Kita. He grins coldly. It's a good thing I'm governor of this colony and not some coward like one of you Stratos. He dismisses you, but he might have a point. Deposing him as governor would have solved a lot of problems. You know, Mars would have been on board. Yep. I am going to kill him. I hope I'm allowed to kill him during Glow, and then if we survive, which I doubt we will, but if we survive, maybe the Overseer will give us a chance, because then we can put Mars in power, because Lum's not in charge anymore, and most of the colony will probably be dead. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping Mars would take over, and then I could give the offer to her, and then it would have fixed everything. But, unfortunately, no. Nope, we didn't have enough time to accumulate the votes we needed, which was very unfortunate. The Ridge. I just want to tell Sim what everyone's decision was. Because if I can just stay out here with him during that, that's probably a good thing. I make my way. We'll find a way to destroy them. It's like, you're an idiot. They literally have control of the entire planet. You're a doofus. Sim. We can spend more time together. Have you decided what to do about the Overseer's offer yet? I don't mean to exert pressure on you, blah blah. I can't tell you it failed. Okay. Sure, I'm out here. Let's spend time together. You have a traditional human date. Are you serious? Let's do something that humans do when they are dating, Sim says, smiling around the taste of the word in his mouth. If I were one of your colony humans, what would you suggest we do? You answer that dinner and a movie is a classic Earth courtship ritual, and Sim claps his hands excitedly. Oh yes, that sounds lovely. You and Sim find a relatively comfortable place to curl up together, and you pull up your holo archives to let him choose a movie while you take out your trail rations. Since becoming an adult in the eyes of the colony, you have gained access to some rather interesting titles. Oh no! Oh no, no, no. Big Messy Babes 12. 12 inches on the county. Oh no! Oh no! He mutters to himself, oh, I think there are some videos here that were not on the data archives he gave me. He goes silent as he scrolls further in, taking it in. Is this normal for humans? I guess that's what you mean by normal. I'm so amused. You tell him that it's not normal exactly. Possible, yes, but not normal. And everyone is acting in these things anyway. Sim seems relieved. I mean, it is possible for me to edit this body according to your preferences, he says, tucking you under his arm as you select a more tame video. You need only ask. I mean, that stinks, I guess. But you're probably fine. I just want to see if I could talk to Diz, talk to Sim, tell them the, you know, pitching the idea failed. Nope. Nope, I can't tell them that it's just gonna be a bloody battle. So, I knew it would be. I think the rest of this time we're just gonna train in combat because I feel like we're gonna need it. Defense training. Rhett pairs you off to practice your sparring, partnering you with Vase. You don't know Vase very well, but from the look of him, he seems like someone who'd like to use your face as a lesson. You see him posturing, preening for the other kids from the Helio, and for a handful of colony kids too, especially Nem. No, I'll fight, honestly. Let's go, bro. Card becomes 4. Ah. Well, I wish I could have reversed that somehow, but okay. Let's see. There's lots of cards. Actually, why don't I just make this a... There we go. I'm trying to make it go over. Come on. I guess it doesn't matter, I just win. He doesn't like that I win? You know what? Screw you, Vase. Vase isn't expecting much from you. His bravado crumples within the first few seconds, but those seconds of overconfidence cost him. You quickly get on the offensive, and clearly, defense isn't Vase's strongest skill. You get him to the mat so fast it's embarrassing. When you let him up, he stalks away without even saying a word. Flex for Nem. No. I'm gracious as fudge. If Vase wants to play it like that, fine. Maybe he'll think twice before mouthing off again. He's a terrible person. I don't see a good side to him, I just don't. I have nothing he likes. I have all of these flowers because no one... Actually, maybe... I wonder if Nami would like flowers. I should try giving them to Nami. You know who probably would like flowers? Tammy. Ah, my gosh, I didn't even think of that. But Tammy's gift is probably flowers. And that's why I have so gosh darn many of them. We're gonna keep training in here just because we have glow coming up. As far as I know, it's probably good that we have combat skills because it's not gonna go well. Security Chief Rhett interrupts your afternoon training to address the group. Nem perks up. This seems important. Since the original colony was destroyed, Rhett begins, we have needed every skilled officer we can find to defend our home. And now with Governor Lum's blessing, age is no longer a requirement. We are looking for young recruits to join the ranks of the defense squads. This is a serious job. He punches his hands for emphasis. You'll be soldiers, not little kids learning self-defense or peering down from the safety of the walls. You will be in danger. You need to be brave, know your way around a weapon. Step forward if you think you have what it takes to defend our colony. When Rhett smiles, it's not a happy smile, but do you have what it takes to survive? Yes, I do. Rhett nods. Okay, you're in. See you at dawn, recruit. Let's go hang out in Geoponic, because we still haven't unlocked that one animal that we tamed. Tend animals. You should probably do something about the Unisaur you captured. It's eating its way through everything. It doesn't actually produce any food, and the other ranchers are starting to get annoyed by its attitude. Like it knows something they don't. It's creepy. You figure you may as well try to get it used to taking a rider. If people could ride Unisaurs around, that would be pretty useful. Especially when the robots are vehicles. Especially when the robots and vehicles start to break down. Oh my god, I can't read, guys. You bring it outside. It stares at you with its eerily intelligent eyes. As you approach with the saddle, and it only shimmies a little as you strap it onto its back. You brace yourself and hop on. Yeah, ride that Unisaur. The Unisaur takes off at a run, ducking and weaving as it tries to throw you off. You get down low in the saddle and wrap your arms around its neck. The Unisaur is an unusually intelligent animal. You can sense it trying to figure out how to throw you, or just make it too uncomfortable for you to hang on. It slams its body against the wall of the pen, trying to snap your legs. When that doesn't work, it tries rearing up on its hind legs, or reaching back to scratch you with its hand-like paws. It tosses its head to try to gouge you with its horn. Oh boy. It's uncomfortable, but you're no stranger to discomfort, and you're not going to let this Unisaur dominate you. You hang on until the Unisaur stops fighting, its great sides heaving under your legs. You pat its scaly neck, and it tosses its head like it's sighing. You get the sense that you haven't really broken it, more than you've just convinced it that you'll be less of a hassle if it just plays along. Success! You can convince her to let you ride her now. Oh yeah, now that you can get her to stand still long enough to check, you determine this Unisaur is female. What do you name your magnificent beast? Clever girl. +3 for rainbow flushes of 3. Oh, well, I don't really get that too often. Excellent. You and Clever Girl should be very happy together. Almost maxed out animals. Oh my god, guys, I'm so scared. Oh shit. Look at my pets! Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. I love that. Love it. Alright, so I guess let's go and let's go combat train a bit more. I don't know, maybe we could max out. Actually no, I think we could max out animals if we go do animals again. Let's do that instead. Yeah. You're working with the bristle slugs this week. There's a whole herd of the slug, seal, porcupine beasts lumbering through the fields and rubbing against their scratching posts. You can walk right up to them and they don't mind at all. You empty the berry catching buckets and sort through the berries, picking out loose stones and planting any that have sprouted. Those ones will grow into bristle slugs too one day. It's wet season and they're all fully bristled, so sometimes you have to separate out anyone who gets too territorial. Even when they're cranky, they're still pretty docile. You come back from lunch one day to find the door to the pen wide open. Whoops. You must have forgotten to lock it. Good thing bristle slugs don't tend to roam. You do a head count. 15, 16, 17. You seem to be one bristle slug short. Luckily, bristle slugs aren't very stealthy. There's a glistening slime trail leading towards the ruins of the stratospheric. decorated with little clusters of berries. You lock the gate and set off along the trail to find your way. Word bristle slug. Track it down. You easily find the bristle slug. It's gotten itself wedged between two panels, scritching back and forth on the most perfect scratching situation possible. You laugh and fill your shirt with the berries like a bowl, then gently nudge it back towards the herd. It's slow going, but eventually everyone's back together. Good work, Rancher. Alright. Here we go. Level 3 pets. Upgrade pet cards via relaxing in the park. It's a little late. A little late for that. Do I get to say like my goodbyes? No, I don't. I'm gonna increase my combat skill. I'm gonna increase my combat skill. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's fine. You show up for orientation to guard duty. Vase and Nem are here as well, listening intently to Security Chief Rhett as he teaches you the specifics of the colony's defenses. There's the walls, of course, and the lookout towers and the robo-turrets. There are obvious weaknesses like the gates and less obvious ones like the pipes that divert runoff water away from the colony. And there are high-priority targets like engineering and geoponics. You're surprised to learn that the living quarters are considered low priority. Duh. Vase mutters. During an attack, everyone's supposed to be defending the colony, not hiding under their beds. It's a lot to learn quickly, and Rhett doesn't let you make mistakes. He drills you and drills you, first on your knowledge of the colony, then on actual drills. Physical fitness and reflexes, loading and firing a plas rifle, securing a dangerous situation, and combat tactics both as a group and solo. If the lookouts on the walls see anything, you'll be the ones to shoot it, he says, as you struggle with reloading the cartridge in your plas rifle. There might not be time to wait for backup. You have to be able to make and act on the right choice without hesitation. He looks at you right in the eye. You're not only a guard while you're on duty, he says seriously. You are being charged with the defense of the colony itself. I expect you to be ready at all times to answer the call. Frustrated, you fumble the cartridge and it clatters to the ground. Rhett stops it under his foot. No slacking. Keep your mind and body sharp and ready for anything. We are at war, he continues, leaning in close to drive his point home. He's been saying that a lot recently. He really believes everything Lum says about the outside world. Oh, Rhett's on the council too. I didn't think about that. Rhett leaves you to figure out how to reload your plas rifle on your own. Vase is already finished, of course, but Nem stops what she's doing to help you. There's a latch here, she says, flicking it with her thumb. If it's deployed, you can't click the cartridge in. Got it? You nod. It's easy when someone actually shows you how. I will. I'll make Rhett proud. Nem laughs and claps you on the back. Yeah, he's just a big teddy bear, right? She finishes her reload and shoulders her rifle, and she and Vase leave together. Pushes me over 70. Knowing the attack is coming, as it always comes in glow, does nothing to calm your nerves, and we know it's coming this time. You and the other defenders are well prepared, but tensions are high. The attacks have been getting worse every year. How many of these brave people at your side will survive until tomorrow? You're there when you see them, dark on dark shapes coming out of the forest, perfectly silent. You watch with the lookouts as more and more figures amass at the forest edge. Minutes pass as the horde pushes into firebreak, numbering at least it must be the thousands. More animals than you've ever seen in one place. The ground is choked with a teeming carpet of smaller creatures darting in among the legs of... Oh no. The forest bends as Faceless emerge from its depths, followed by two more, then more, and more. You lose track of how many Faceless appear on the tree line. A discouraged cry rises from the guards. One Faceless destroyed your colony. 2 Facelesses required an irresponsible number of explosions to take down. This many Faceless, you're not even sure. The guard behind you gasps and point off into the horizon. There, the darkness has seemed to coalesce into pillars, and they're moving like legs. This is the thing that we saw in the very beginning of the game when we were a child that almost stepped on us. where we just saw the legs of it, it was so huge. You hear trees being trampled underfoot as something gargantuan makes its way toward the colony. You can't even see its body, just its legs. Stretching so far up into the sky that the glow of the planet cannot reach it, it looks like death. Wait, there's even more? A familiar being cuts through the horde and stands at the front, like a general leading their army. Gardeners must have come in all shapes and sizes, but you know this one from the hatred in their eyes. It's Noctilucent. Noctilucent steps forward. For millennia, I have been tasked with keeping this planet safe from invasive species. Extreme weather, plague, famine, the migration of predators. All tactics I have used to ensure an invasive species cannot find a foothold where they do not belong. Their command of the human language has vastly improved a bit since you last saw them. The gardeners learn quickly. Controlling you by indirect means has proven ineffective. They say, glaring up at the row of horrified colonists atop the walls, I can no longer ignore the destruction you have caused and the threat you represent to the planetary ecosystem. However... Sim, no! Get out of here! Sim, leave! Go away! Get out of here! Sim steps out of the tree line and stands beside Noctilucent. His eyes find yours unerringly across the firebreak. Don't leave! 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 Some gardeners argue that you have the capacity for reason, Nocticulate continues, so I have come to offer you an alternative, your unconditional surrender. Nocticulate smirks up at you. Surrender is the correct word, is it not? Something your singular, violent brains can understand. The terms are simple. Humanity will cease reproduction, cease expansion, and in return will be allowed to live out your remaining lifespans within the bounds of your walls. Do you accept? No, Lum and I have had this conversation. I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told your little double agent spy, he booms out from the wall. You and your bullshit deal can bugger off, and keep buggering off, until you think you've buggered off so much you just can't bugger off any further. He points at Noctilucent, then bugger off some more. This planet belongs to us humans now. You are absolutely inspiring, Lum. I'm not fighting. I'm going to run. It's hard to tell, but you think Noctilucent looks amused. Maybe they were hoping this would be your answer, and of course with Lum speaking for the colony, it was inevitable. So be it, they reply, and the attack begins. I don't want to abandon people, but at the same time, I would not have wanted this. And I am not going to fight Sim. There is nothing... But what if I can fight, and I can, because I don't care about Noctilucent, I will kill him, him, her, I don't know what your gender is and I apologize, but I will kill them, no problem. Sim, I'm so scared that if I choose to fight, that it will be like, Sim and you come face to face, you have to shoot him. I don't want that. I do not want that. But I also want to defend my home. But to be honest with you, I love Tang, I love my dad, I like Cal a lot. I love Rex and I like Num, but for me, if it came to shooting Sim or letting them all die, I would let them all die. That's just how I am. I am very loyal to whatever partner I have. God, I was gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We don't know what's gonna happen. It's fine. I'm going to enjoy this, Noctilucent calls out. Finally, I can wipe you aliens off the face of this planet. The wave of attack. I'm also kind of hoping that if I fight, I can go to Lum and I can shoot him. The wave of attackers rolls over, the fire break crashing against the wall, flying creatures scream overhead, and the sound of plasma rifles fire fills the air. Because if I know Lum, he likes to be the center of attention, and where is that? It's going to be in the midst of battle. So if I can make it look like an accident... I fucking knew it! The colony defenses are mediocre. As you run, you see the colony defense struggling to hold the walls and maintain order. Soldiers flee in panic as faceless pound against the gates. The gargantuan cloud scraper approaches the colony, even more terror-inducing than when it was on the horizon. It blots out the sky, your view of the wormhole. From a distance, you hear a howling like a siren. You should never have provoked Noctilucent. I didn't! Wait, did I provoke? I don't feel like I did. What would happen if I fled? I wasn't trying to provoke, I was trying to defend. You're descending from the walls when you are thrown to the ground by a tremendous quake. Your ribs crack as you hit every step on the way down, land in a crumpled heap at the bottom. You watch the walls splinter inward and a horde of faceless stampede into the colony. The walls collapse as they push their way through, following the defenders from their posts and allowing more monsters to pour in through the wreckage. The inner colony is quickly overtaken. You feel a pang, bitter-sweet pang of sadness. This is finally it, you realize. You pushed the planet too far, failed to defend the colony, and this time there won't be another heliopause to save you. Your broken ribs are like a belt of pain across your chest. You're helpless to do anything but watch as Nem leads her squad into the fray. They don't stand a chance. One by one, the defenders are picked off, crushed, thrown aside, or pulled into a terrifying maw of the Faceless. Nem screams in fury and terror as at the Faceless, her scarred face white with fear as she turns from the battle. She's cut down unceremoniously by a manticore, pierced through the chest. You watch her eyes go wide with shock, then nothing. She's thrown to the side, dead. All around you is carnage. The scent of blood and smoke thicken your lungs as you struggle to sit up. In the distance, you see the engineering wing catch fire, jets of silent flame sprouting from its rear thrusters, like when we were kids in space, you think distantly. A thick, mottled foot stomps on your forearm, pinning you to the mud. I hoped I would see you again, Noctilucent purrs. They lean down, grinding the bones in your forearm. I'm going to enjoy pruning you especially. All for naught was the achievement I just got. Colony destroyed. You have time only to wonder what went wrong. Could you have worked harder to defend the colony? Could you have put a stop to the attacks before it came to this? Yes, I could have. I just didn't have time. Or was it by trying to fight back that you inevitably drew attention to yourself and brought this fate upon yourselves? In the moment of your death, as your brain cells fizzle out one by one and shut down forever, a vision swims in your mind's eye. Is that a person? Is that us? They seem so familiar. You feel like you know them so well. Oh, it's you. Only ancient. Her arms are covered with so many data bands, so many lifetimes of knowledge. The ancient you speaks without moving her mouth, not in words, but in something like pictures. Still, you understand. She smiles. We had a good life, don't you think? But there were so many possibilities, and this was only one of them. I could have done better. There was a girl. We were young together. Tammy, with the cotton candy hair, such a shame to see a life snuffed out so young. She gives you a look as if to say you were somehow responsible for this. Wait, were you? Could you have saved her? We have a chance to take another path, to change the way our life turned out. She reaches out a hand. Come with me. Go with them. Look at all these people. You guys did such a good job. I know I do complain a bit sometimes when I don't like the way things turn out, but... Oh, are these all the artists? Lovely. They did a good job with the art. Publishing. Porting, okay. Marketing. Start your new life. Oh my god. Well, I want to go back. I want to go back and I want to see what happens if I choose to... I don't want to start my new life. I want to load. Oh, okay. It takes me to the screen. That's fine. Alright, I want to load. I want to go back. I want to do glow again. I want to see what happens if I run. What happens if I run away? I want to run. I want to see... So, okay, we're going to run. I want to see if Lum just shoots us in the back for running. You duck your head and rush toward the safety of your quarters. As you run, you notice. Okay, so this is the same. Oh, it's the same. It's the same regardless. Okay, so there wasn't a difference there. It didn't really matter. Oh, that was so good. I know I lost, but I'm still happy. I'm actually... Oh, let me turn the volume back up here. I'm actually more happy with this than I was about the lum thing. I like the fact we failed the first time, because it gives us something to really strive for. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm really looking forward to playing this again. So, a lot of things we know we need to do. We need to save Tammy, first and foremost. Save Dad, save Mom, save Uncle Tonin, save Hal. Stop the shimmering, because that's how we save Dad. And that's also how we also need to prevent a plague. We need to get close to Sim, so we have that option of peacefully settling things. We need to get Lum to not be head of the council. That's 9 things we need to remember to do. I'm happy with this. I really am. But that is going to be all. That's all we're going to be doing, and for this game until after Thanksgiving. Hopefully, like, start of December, 1st of December, we'll be playing the second run of this game, is the hope. I don't know how long Postionomics is going to be, but I'm hoping to be done with that by the end of November. Yeah. Oh, and just a heads up, guys, I will not be posting Wednesday or Thursday, because Thursday is my fiance's birthday. Yay! And I'll be celebrating with him, so there will be 2 days without a video. But I will post something on Friday. What it's gonna be? I don't know. It's gonna be one of the 3 games I mentioned in my schedule video, which you can find in the comments if you're curious. But yeah, I will see everybody in the next video. Tell me what you thought of this first run. I mean, I can understand some people are probably gonna be like, oh, that was really disappointing. I mean, we did all of that for nothing. I understand those feelings. But I'm actually happy we didn't win. I really am. I like that it's like, okay, you lost, try again. Because I feel like we could make life so much better now that we know it's coming. We know how to prepare properly. That we should start giving gifts immediately, and that I probably shouldn't be going outside as much as I was. But, like, going outside's so cool, the art's so pretty. But it all didn't matter. All my antagonizing over relationships. All my antagonizing over, like, oh, but the colony, people dying, and then everyone died at the end anyway. Relationships didn't matter, everyone died. So funny. But yeah, I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye, guys.